Right. Now, this is an all-ladies floor. We are talking about heroes of India, but I think these are the real heroes. This, for me, perhaps, is a segment that I was really looking forward to, along with Shivani here, my colleague. I remember the girls, the women that we are talking about are those who've actually had a journey in 254 days. An absolute honor to introduce all of them here in our studios in Delhi. 6 Navy officers who made India proud. These women are actually the real masters of the sea, as they endured and overcame unbelievable challenges to circumnavigate the entire world in just a matter of 7 months. Girls on board Tarini grabbed global headlines. They've met with the Prime Minister before they actually left for their journey, and also remember when they came back. And let's not forget, the Prime Minister spoke about them. So many congratulations to all of you ladies. We'll be chatting with all of you, understanding what you went through, what you believe are really the real journeys, the real endurance that pulled you through. First up, this is a quick primer of these lovely ladies that are with us here in our studio.
They sailed across the world. They circumnavigated the globe in 8 months. They set new records. And they finally sailed home. The Tarini girls received a hero's welcome on their return to Goa. As their sailing vessel burst into view, the applause began. Defense Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lamba, and top naval officers celebrated the Tarini heroes. From a WhatsApp call by Prime Minister Modi on Diwali, to celebrating birthdays on the high seas, to being pounded by monstrous waves, the 8-month voyage was a grueling endurance test for the Tarini girls. Republic TV salutes the Tarini heroes. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, and remember, we are looking at those images. The Prime Minister met the entire crew, and yes, as expected, they deserve this. The Nausena medals have been announced for all these lovely ladies. The Prime Minister there earlier congratulating the entire crew. The entire crew is with us, so let's start with a basic introduction, and then we'll actually get down to chatting. Lieutenant Commander Vartika Joshi, who hails from Rishikesh, is with us here on our right. Lieutenant Commander Pratibha Jamwal, Lieutenant Commander Swati, Lieutenant Aishwarya, Lieutenant Vijaya Devi, Lieutenant Payal Gupta, who's the youngest, and she's sitting here to my left. And first up, Vartika, if I can take this with you, are you missing the sea and the ocean still?
Absolutely, yes, I am.
How much?
Very much, can't be explained in words. I just, now that we have hit the land and we have completed this voyage successfully, I've been missing each and everything that I experienced in the sea, be it rough weather or the calmest of the oceans. I miss that all.
So was the ocean pile more quiet, or the studio, the land is now more quiet?
I think oceans were better and more peaceful than the land. Like, we are more of amphibians now, so we want to stay sometime on like in ocean and sometime in land.
Swati, I want to come to you. Your skipper talked about how you miss waters now, so that is obviously expected. But take us through the journey of actually being on sea for 254 days, the first all-women crew to do this. And you all came together from different places. You had to bond together. You had to form a team. Just take us through what were the toughest moments. What are the toughest aspects of circumnavigating the globe across oceans, across continents, just 6 of you on a boat for so long?
See, I would say the toughest part is actually you can't fight with the nature. So we always used to be as friendly as possible to the nature, and sometimes nature used to give us so many surprises. But getting along together, Navy gave us such an exposure to spend a lot of time before even venturing for this adventure trip. This whole circumnavigation is about 21,600 nautical miles. Yes. I would say Navy trained us for more than 30,000 nautical miles, which gave us so much confidence in handling the boat and confidence in having so much good rapport between each one of us, understanding each one of us, and the most important is understanding the boat. So the boat, she herself is part of us.
The boat was very small.
all
no?
of that training
Aishwarya,
cannot
it's just about
really
55 feet. I think that was your boat. How did the six of you, six girls on one tiny boat, you know, people say कि लड़कियाँ एक साथ कैसे रहेंगी? Now these were six girls who are the best of friends, as they tell us now. But how did all of you adjust to, you know, just that very, very small boat? And it's actually a very small boat. Aishwarya.
People asked us questions like when we started sailing together, people asked us question, where is the man on your boat? Where is the navigator? And they also started saying that you always need a man. But then 6 of us together, when we started, few of us knew each other, few of us were introduced only after we joined the team. So building together as a team itself, first of all, training on the boat itself started as a novices. So we were building on that, and also as a team together, we were working together towards a greater goal. So all this meant it was above everything, like all these small quarrels that we have. It's like 6 people, 6 लड़कियां साथ में नहीं हो सकती, ये तो सब बोलते हैं. But I think after finishing this voyage, we have conveyed a message that 6 लड़कियां साथ में बहुत बड़े काम कर सकती हैं.
Such a stereotype, and you guys have busted that stereotype, isn't it? Everybody likes to talk about these stereotypes about women together. But Pratibha, all the training, and kudos to your training, of course, that is essential part. But in any real life challenge, you know, you can train a lot. It cannot really train you completely for everything that you will face. So what were the challenges that you had to face? And this must have been a journey around your mind as well. You know, all that time on sea, a lot of time to yourself and with just your, you know, boat mates. Mentally, you guys all are different today?
Yeah, very true. Very truly said that any training cannot, doesn't matter how good the training is, but it cannot prepare you for the eventualities. You can just train well. There is no limit to that. And same thing happened with us also. When we were training, we were told about certain regions like South Pacific Ocean, where you are, we were expecting to face a storm every next day, every third day. And but we never ventured into those seas while we were training for the circumnavigation. So, and it so happened that when we were in South Pacific Ocean, we encountered a storm. And apart from these all things, but we knew how to handle that storm, and we had done all the theoretical part of training for that. But apart from that, staying on board in such an isolated environment for such a long duration was a huge challenge. Though it doesn't appear to be a very big thing, but when you go out there and you don't have an option, the boat is only 17 meters long and 5 meters wide, and there are only those 6 faces in front of you every day, and it somehow you are cut off from everybody. Though there is some access to internet, you can make some calls, but you feel in certain days you feel very aloof, very isolated. Yes. So the only best thing that we could have done is to train well and to mentally prepare ourselves for the for this kind of situation, that if we are isolated, we don't just give up. Our morals are high at all times.
Vartika, a bigger mental challenge than a physical challenge this?
Absolutely. It's more of a mental challenge than a physical challenge, because when we were training, right since the time we started training for it, we were very much physically involved. We knew everything that the boat required of us physically. So it sort of built our muscle power, which was required for the boat. But mentally, we came to know only when, you know, we started venturing more into rough waters, and we started staying away from homeland for very long durations. So that's what actually prepared us mentally for this particular voyage.
All right, and Payal, you know, you're the youngest, so I think that there should be some good questions going out to you, and then I'll also get in Vijaya. I see a lot of pictures of all of you, you know, on Facebook that you had put out. You people were having fun. You had cut 3 birthday cakes. Tell us more about that, and how really has this voyage, you know, also changed you? Because a lot of people, a lot of viewers today still want to hear those, you know, stories.
So
and that picture with the dolphin also and the sharks.
Yeah. So I would like to tell you that whatever difficult conditions you are facing and how much challenges might come in front of you, you must always take it in a positive manner and positive spirit. So that's what we always learned in our academy also, in our training time also. So that's why whatever festive season and festivity or a birthday celebrations used to happen, we used to celebrate in a grand way. And it was really a life experience, because those kind of moments I will never get again. Celebrating a birthday in Tasman Sea and a Pacific Sea won't happen again to us.
Yes.
So that's why it's a memory of a lifetime.
And we just about the internet also, Vijaya. You people actually had internet on board. You know, I think that's very fascinating. How did you get that internet? And there were also reports that actually, you know, we were reading that you people had run out of water. You were trying to figure out how to get out of water. Tell us more about that. Those are interesting stories.
Actually, prior the voyage and circumnavigation, like the Navy has not got any plan for internet facility on board ships or boat. This was for the first time, and I'm very thankful to the Navy that they have taken care of us about our connectivity with our families and friends. And so that's how Navy have got into a plan where though we have a satellite communication through which we used to send 12-hourly report every day, twice in a day. So later on, for this voyage, they had gone into such a plan where the boat itself, we have made it Wi-Fi inbuilt. Okay. Though the MB or internet that we are using is of very limited amount of data.
You had 100 MB
100
data.
MB per day per person. So it was, I think, it was a boon
was
to
it
us.
Too much? Too much of data to consume?
Sometimes because you are always busy with the weather condition, which is picking up every now and then. You have to stay focused, like two person who is always on watch outside. They have to be aware about what is happening in our surrounding. So in that way, like sometimes for me, I am the person who have used least amount of data in the entire
And who was using the maximum data? Who was using the maximum data amongst all of you?
I think myself and Payal, being very honest.
But tell me one thing, you know, how do you feel this whole journey has changed you as individuals, Aishwarya? How has your life changed? Of course, your life has changed. The Prime Minister talks about you multiple times. The Gallantry Award has been presented to these wonderful women as well. How has this changed your life? And what would you like to take this journey forward to? What next for you people?
The life-changing things that happened during the course of this voyage, and in fact after the voyage, were probably all of us, before starting this voyage, we had some preconceived notion, some apprehensions of going on a voyage of such a magnitude. But then after coming back, I think most of us have become a little more fearless. Nothing seems impossible to us right now. So there's no difficult task that cannot be accomplished when we look at it. Some life-changing lessons that we have learned in this voyage are that we started appreciating everything that is around us. Because once you are out in the ocean, there are small little things that you probably will not notice in your everyday life, like drinking water becomes very important. The electricity becomes very important. Food becomes important. Like you run out of food and you are middle of the ocean. You don't know what to do. Yeah. There's nothing we can do about it. So these are some things that we started appreciating, and we also became more accepting about things. Probably before going on this voyage, we would be particular about how things should happen, and you know, a particular thing is supposed to happen in this way.
But now it's like
we try to manage with what is available to us, what resources are available to us, and get the best out of it. And coming to what is lying ahead, it's like I think there is no stop to what we can do right now, or you know, the only barrier we have is our own thoughts. Is the only person who can stop us is ourselves. So I think there's nothing that stops us in getting into more adventure activities or anything greater that we want to do in life.
Interesting. And you know, Vartika, I was reading somewhere that sailors are a superstitious lot. You know, some of them, Arnab, actually say that don't sail on a Thursday. Some say if you see a dolphin, it's a sign of good luck. Some even go on to say never have a woman on board. But I think, Arnab, this entire team has tossed those stereotypes right into the ocean, Arnab.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Shivani and Deepti, on a lighter note, Gaurav and I are feeling a little excluded from this conversation here today. We've realized it's
That's all right, for a change.
That's a, but many congratulations to Team Tarini. You know, today the Prime Minister at the very beginning of his speech mentioned your achievements from the rampart of the Red Fort. Were you taken by surprise? The Prime Minister celebrating you and your achievements from the ramparts of the Red Fort. I have that clip. May I play the clip?
Yes, we were watching live.
I'll just play that small clip, please, if possible, and then I'll take your reaction to it.
आजादी का ये पर्व हम तब मना रहे हैं जब हमारी बेटियां उत्तराखंड, हिमाचल, मणिपुर, तेलंगाना, आंध्र प्रदेश, इन राज्यों की हमारी बेटियों ने 7 समंदर पार किया और 7 समंदर को तिरंगे रंग से रंग करके वो हमारे बीच लौट आई.
Were you taken by surprise when you heard the Prime Minister say that? The whole country, led by the Prime Minister, was celebrating you this morning.
Definitely, it was very surprising and very amazing to listen to these beautiful words. He articulated it in such an amazing words. So it's really very surprising and overwhelming for all of us.
We were watching it live, but it was in a very spontaneous way. For 2 seconds, I was thinking, is he taking the same states about all the 6 women? We belong. And then later on, I actually realized, he's actually talking about us.
About all of you.
Actually, when we were circumnavigating, we hoisted the tricolour in the toughest region that we had encountered, the Cape Horn. We hoisted the tricolour over there. So it actually came out in his speech that 7 समंदर में तिरंगा फैलाया हमने.
So and morning I get a call from my mom and she says कि speech में सुना तुम्हारा नाम आया. She was really happy. So our parents were much more excited than us.
How wonderful! How wonderful out there. That's thank you for your response to that. How wonderful that is, and Gaurav. Yes. I think Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lamba had said, and I think that was a very powerful moment also when he said that there are some days when we are all one. Today, India is Team Tarini, we are all sailors. And the Indian flag and the Navy insignia flutters high and proud. I think that's a wonderfully phrased, today
Absolutely.
all India is Team Tarini.
Arnab,
that's why, yeah.
Arnab, when these officers were saying, I'd say essentially they're all officers and they've had this tough Navy training, and that was one of the reasons why they were able to complete the mission successfully. People ask me, इंडिया के पास एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर कितने हैं? तो मैंने उनको बताया कि 17 मीटर लंबी बोट है INS तारनी. That is now India's second aircraft carrier. क्योंकि these officers have given it an aura of a Vikramaditya. अब INS तारनी 17 मीटर की नहीं रह गई. It has become INS Tarini has become like an aircraft carrier. And all because of these 6 officers. Fantastic effort. I mean, we are all so proud of them.
It's not the 22,000 nautical miles they've gone through. It is the spirit which they have shown. And to Team Tarini, from all our hearts, big thank you. Super proud of you. And absolutely, anyone who says any more, you need a man. Or that phrase, that extremely sexist phrase, be a man, should forever be deleted from the English language. You have proven that you have what it takes, and it is our honor to speak to you today. Very, very proud of you. Happy Independence Day to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much indeed.